And bunnies.
And bunnies, mainly
Bunnies.
mainly bunnies, which is really terrifying.
Okay, making his first Comic-Con appearance with us is Zach Rohrig. I have so many questions for Matt Donovan. It's like, how do you feel being the last standing human being in Mystic Falls? Do you have health insurance? Are you surprised you're still alive?
Let's see what we could do about that.
Tell us, talk to us. Is this the season of Matt?
I don't know if it's a season of Matt, but I think it's a season of Matt trying to stay human, and whatever I have to do that, I'll do it. I'm proud to be the only human, though.
I'm human? I see dead people, but I'm human.
Ghosts, though. You see the afterlife.
No,
but you sleep with
seriously.
ghosts.
Cut me, do I not bleed?
But you know, I mean, I know a lot of what's to come, but I also know that, you know what, you're a very important person in this family of people, particularly to Elena. I mean, you are. What are you going to do to earn that this year?
I mean, I definitely.
I mean, she saved your life.
Yeah, I think Matt's probably feeling an overwhelming sense of guilt right now. And how does he serve a purpose in all of this now? And I think knowing that Elena never wanted to be a vampire and would never want to cause harm to anyone else, that perhaps he might offer up his neck, arm, whatever parts of his body she wants to feed on to stay that good person.
Hey now.
Whoa!
Heyo. I mean, that's
Hey
just
now.
me thinking in the future. I don't know.
Keep manifesting.
Is Jeremy ever going to find love?
Sex toy?
Jeremy, huh? Everyone you love just dies, and then they come back to haunt you, and then they die again.
Well, yeah, I have the kiss of death, and the one person that was able to resist that was Bonnie, and I feel like we were growing very close, and I betrayed her with a little necrophilia. And I don't know. That's it's interesting. You know, Jeremy's been going through this voyage, and you know, he's lost a lot of people, and he's failed to protect his sister, and contributed to the demise, and her turning into a vampire. So I don't know if he's preoccupied, or maybe he will find love. That's up to you guys.
One of the things that I experience on my Twitter, and I think Julie experiences on her, like feedback from social media and the fans, is there's this whole Delana sort of dilemma. And Julie, how do you reconcile that at night when you're laying in bed at 3 o'clock in the morning?
When I'm having my nightly panic attacks, insomnia panic attacks at 3, 4, and 5 in the morning. Look, for every please let it go this way piece of feedback, I get another, oh no, please let it go this way piece of feedback. So what's great about what we've accomplished here together as a group is that we have people who care that much and who have opinions that are that strong that they really, 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 really want it to go their way. And I think about it. It's funny. It actually took me by surprise. And Kev, I don't know if this is true for you too, but like when I watched a sporting event and I'm rooting for one team, and then the other team kind of falls way behind, and I'm like, oh God, they look so sad over there on the bench. And then I started saying, you know what, everybody likes a good underdog story. And so then you start rooting for the other team, and then they catch up, and you're like, oh, this is so great because they might actually win. And suddenly you want that to happen so much. And then if they do, then you feel bad for the guys that lost because they were ahead and then they lost and now they're sad, and it's just this spiral.
Because otherwise there's no game. There's always a winner or a loser. There's no game.
I know, but
it's like our show.
It's difficult when you're dealing. For me, when I'm watching love triangles, I like to be able to root for both of them. I didn't know if I wanted Kelly to pick Dylan or Brandon. You know,
Salvatore sandwich.
What's
I've been feeling wild.
So that's why I say I'm Team Salvatore, because I'm really right there in the middle.
Ma'am, would you like lettuce and tomato in that sandwich?
Hey, Nina, you play Elena. Now Elena's two different people. You play Catherine. Your schedule is pretty grueling. What is the absolute worst part of doing your job?
Oh my God.
Don't tell the truth.
No, tell.
No, please.
Honestly, there's nothing terrible about my job.
Ian, Paul,
The lack of sleep, maybe, but
Lack of sleep. It's a grueling schedule, guys.
Let's-
Come on,
let's-
dish it
let's-
up. Don't be
let's-
It's the
Pollyanna.
cookies. It's the cookies at
that's
catering.
true.
At catering.
It's these shirtless scenes that you have to do, and then there's like all these cookies at lunch, and you just want to eat them all, but you can't.
Non-gluten.
What's the best part of doing the job?
The cookie.
The cookie.
The
Who have
best
you- all
part
right,
of doing
let's
our
talk
job.
relationships. Who have you? Who characters-wise? Like, if you could just talk to Julie right now and say, "This is who I want to kiss. This is who I want to jump in bed with in a storyline, and this is who I want to have sex with."
Well,
Who would it be? Are you volunteering, Stephen?
Over here,
I
over here.
personally, I've
All
been
right.
pushing a
Steven,
storyline for a
starting
long
there.
time, but I want to see Matt kind of. He doesn't have a mom. He's seeking some motherly advice. He's also yearning for some physical connection. I think that Sheriff Forbes might be a great.
Oh my
little-
God.
You know, I don't know. I'm just saying. Redemption. I mean, come on.
I want to jump in bed with Elijah.
Elijah.
Right?
There was
Am I right?
there was a
Thank
really
you.
hot nurse in one of the
Little man crush on
episodes.
I think Damon and Stefan and Elijah would be cool.
Oh,
Elena, who have you not kissed yet that you would kind of like to lip lock with?
Come on, come on,
Elijah.
who
Elena.
haven't I kissed?
Yeah, exactly.
Ignore.
Between the two characters, I feel like I've made out with everyone in the cast.
Elena,
Minus my
Elena
brother.
gets around.
He does get around.
Not your brother.
You can make out with Jeremy as Catherine.
I think Catherine should hook up with Elijah. I feel like there's some tension
Yeah,
there.
that would
Wow.
that would
be
be a
kinda
pretty
cool.
hot little hookup.
that'd be cool.
Because they're both strong. They could just beat the crap out of each other and throw each other. Not beat the crap out of each other, but like throw each other around, and it would be cool. You'd have fun writing that.
Wild
Yes, I would.
in the bed.
By the way, the joke was, even though all of us joking, and those cookies are brutal.
I'm telling you.
But the best part of our frickin' job is this.
Yeah.
That's right.
This is the best part of our job.
So, what's your favorite scenes of last year? The number one question I got actually was ask them what their favorite scene was to shoot last year. Like, what was their favorite?
I really liked episode 10 because I went from getting kicked around a bunch and I shot a crossbow and chopped someone's head off. Like that was very exciting.
That was a traumatic episode for Jeremy.
Huh?
It was a traumatic episode for Jeremy.
You looked real cool with that crossbow on set, dude.
Thank you. I actually I carried it around everywhere. I went to Crafty
You
with
went to lunch
it.
with the crossbow.
I brought it to bed.
steak.
Like
That's funny.
That was so not fun.
I love the underwater stuff. Getting
that
to
was
the
really-
underwater
Oh yeah,
stuff.
that was
Which?
good.
With Zach. Zach and I had some cool underwater stuff.
And then Paul tried.
And then,
to
oh
swim
yeah,
to
you
the
were there
surface.
too.
And then I decided to save you instead. It's because you're
Nina,
so pretty.
Nina made a funny comment earlier. Someone asked her, said, what was the best part of last season? She goes, I really love the underwater death stuff. And to hear that come out of that mouth, just randomly, when you hear it out of, you think, wow, that's pretty dark.
No, it's
That was
cool because you feel
intense.
like you're doing like a big action movie or something, and you've got the cars are under the water. You've got all the crew members, like everyone's in suits, and they've got the tanks. And you're
Meanwhile,
like,
we're in a swimming
I'm
pool.
good. Okay.
We were underwater for
A
20
big
minutes at a
giant swimming
time.
We were
Fins.
in like a police training.
police train.
Navy place, and it was pretty badass.
Kiddie
I kind of
pool.
felt like a badass doing it. Okay.
Well, it feels
Okay.
badass because on a right, but it feels badass because on a television show, I mean,
You
this
don't
is,
normally get to do that kind of stuff.
but also too, this is not a small television show. This is a very big, high production value television show, and so what we have
you kidding?
access to, our equipment, what we have on a daily basis is what a gigantic feature film has on their set. So. There is a lot of equipment that we have, and sort of when you show up at work every morning and you feel like you're on a $50 million feature, it's very, very cool.
Yeah.
For a $10 budget.
I was just
Hey,
gonna say.
So my favorite scene to watch was for two reasons. One for story and one for what went into it for everybody was the vigil, the candlelight vigil for Mr. Lark.
Lark.
Yeah.
So cute.
Because I loved it, I loved it as a character goodbye, obviously. It was really poetic and really beautiful, but I also loved what each of these guys brought into it because you could see the emotion of them struggling to not break character and to give this beautiful goodbye to their friend and their brother.
Well, I don't want to blow up his spot, but Matt Davis told me that when he walked out and we were shooting and he saw everybody standing there, and it was like one of his last episodes, he got tears in his eyes. Like,
Yeah, it
real.
was a,
so
it was a very
it was a
emotional
genuine
time.
moment, for
It
him.
was super emotional.
Not to bring it down or anything.
Yeah. Where is Matt Davis?
Matt Davis, where are you?
He's in the audience.
I thought he was out in the audience, but I guess no.
Oh, he's right there. There he is.
What do you think? Oh, you think
No, I made you guys look though. You see that? All the heads just like turn really quick.
You're not
We'll
Matt Davis.
find him. We will find him.
Right, I think, you know what, why don't we open it up to the audience?
Yeah.
And let's bring Deb back out here for the editor-in-chief of TV Guide and do some Q&A.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin. Kevin Williamson, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, let's start with the audience questions. Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I just want to say the EW cover magazine was so hot, but I'm expecting the next one to be steamier.
Yeah.
I'll take care of it at TV Guide. No worries.
Yeah.
My question's for Julie. I ran into you a while ago, and we joked about how whether you would write yourself into the show as a love interest, but you.
Whoa.
But you said you knew the boys way too well to ever want to be a love interest. But I feel like we don't know the cast well enough, so I was wondering if you could go down the row and say something we don't know about the cast.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Well.
Play some truth or dare.
Wow.
That's a good question.
That's
Stephen McQueen is a goofball who has a heart of gold.
Wow.
Zach Rohrig has grown up in a most miraculous way from the time I met him when he was 19 years old to now. He has grown into a true man and a true good soul, and he hunts turkeys. Paul Wesley is
And douchebag.
Paul Wesley is hilarious. Paul Wesley is maybe
Something
one
we
of the
don't
funniest
know,
people in
Ian.
the show. Yes. Paul Wesley is the funniest person I've ever met.
He is pretty darn funny.
Nina Dobrev is going to rule the universe. First Hollywood and then the world. She's just that good.
Pinky in the brain. She's the brain.
Ian has met more people, done more things, climbed more mountains. I think at one point he actually had to sit down with Jesus Christ. Although
You know the guy
A
from
couple
the
thousand years ago. But
Dos Equis commercials. You're the guy from the Dos Equis commercials.
that's awesome.
The most interesting man in the world.
Dos Equis.
And Michael Trevino is one of the most loyal buddies to his friends, friends from childhood, friends, family, going all the way back. He's a champion of his boys, and he stands up for women too. And he's a good egg.
That's because he loves the ladies a lot.
All right, next question.
It's awesome.
Me gusta.
Thank you for that, Julie. That was good, Julie.
Very lovely.
Thanks.
Hi, Michael. I'm sorry.
Hi.
I actually don't have a question for you. I think I just wanted you to acknowledge.
Acknowledge your existence. I could
That's
still
a
hear you,
sign.
sweetie. I could still hear you.
Hey, wait.
You're good.
Turn it back on. What happened?
censorship,
We're curious to hear
Why
what
are you
she's
saying?
gonna
What's
I think you've got to ask a
what's
question.
wrong with her mic? She's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
She's
Okay,
good. No,
I
don't be
want-
sorry. You're good.
Okay. I wanted to know if Catherine is going to be in more of season 4.
There you go.
Catherine
you,
will
I
not
forgot.
show her little face until Klaus is no longer a threat. So we will see how and when that happens. And no censoring, please.
Yeah, let them ask whatever they want to ask.
Yeah.
Hey,
what's the
buy
whole-
me,
what's
buy
the
me
deal
later. I'll
here?
give you.
That's
why they wait.
That's the
in
beauty
line.
of
You know what?
this. That's why
what
we
they're
all
here
flew here and they waited in lines and let's.
Yeah, you know what?
Let them
Hey,
ask whatever they want.
This is a Vampire Diaries panel, not.
buy
the
me
Muppets.
later. I'll give you Trevino's number. You can talk to him then.
No. All right, next question. Go ahead.
Hi, my question is for Nina. With all the interviews that you have to do for this show, was it ever hard to keep the secret of Elena's coming transformation?